that was?
Yes.
Then that means you're missing nothing if you know that.
No.
Because even if you're missing something, it will tell you what you're missing, and then that means you're not missing anything.
Okay.
Because you will have it when you need it. Even if you don't have it now, maybe you don't need it now. But when you become the person more and more that you prefer to be, you will have everything you need, everything that's relevant for you, exactly, precisely, perfectly, when you need it. What more do you need than getting something exactly when you need it? Why would you need it before you need it? Why would you get it after you need it? If you understand how the mechanism works, you will know that you will get everything you need exactly when you need it. And therefore, in a sense, even though you may not have it now, you will have it when you need it, which means you have everything you need.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Was that music to your ears?
Yes, and maybe I need some more information regarding something slightly related.
Like what?
Wondering if you've said that if you imagine something, it's real
Somewhere, somehow.
Okay.
In its own context, in its own terms. That doesn't mean it's real in your physical reality experience.
Right. So I've imagined either it could be a parallel Earth or some other planet where music is essentially like the central ideas that the society is based around.
Well, there's actually several civilizations we're aware of that function in that way. Yes.
And I was wondering if you could give us some stories or explain.
Certainly. There is a civilization we're aware of where, well, I'm going to describe the beings. It's going to probably sound a little bit odd to you, but don't take it quite too literally because we're just creating an analogy that you can understand. Yes? Mm-hmm. All right. So imagine, if you will, a kind of a drum. Yes?
Yes.
Now imagine that the drum has 8 legs and it can move around. And when it needs to communicate, it goes thump, 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 thumpity thump, 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 thump. But these thumps resonate with an amazing amount of resonance, harmonics, different chords. You understand? Mm-hmm. And all of the beings communicate this way, and the idea of resonance is a fundamental part of who and what they are. Everything is expressed that way in this amazing symphony of these kinds of instruments they have within their body biologically that allow for the creation of all sorts of amazing complex patterns and harmonics to happen in percussive ways. It's an amazing civilization to visit. And it's amazing just to stand on their world and be immersed in the vibrations of all that resonance. It does things to you.
So music is just everything, everywhere there. That's
all they understand are variations of resonance, variations of tone. Both what you would call on larger scales and on more subtle scales. And like us, in a sense, what might seem a simple note to you, to us actually sounds like multiple harmonics. To them, it's 10 times that, 20 times that. They can hear things in the simplest note that you would only think is a single note, that to them might be an entire symphony. It's really quite immersive. The thing is that when you stand among them, they actually have the ability to impart a little bit of that to you because they are somewhat telepathic. Therefore, their vibrations go, in a sense, right through you and entrain you a little bit to go along with those vibrations. And after a while, you actually begin to understand their language. But understanding their language is not just language in the way that you use it. It's music in the same way that listening to a symphony might transport you in your imagination to various realities and various experiences. It's more like that rather than some of the simple concepts that words might attempt to convey. It's much more of a holistic, full-bodied experience to listen to their language, to be immersed in their language. They're actually, in a sense, telling stories as they talk. It's just built into what they are. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Did you visit that place as Bashar, or did you have other incarnations? Or?
Yes, I visited it as myself. I do have, or have had in your terms, an incarnation there, because the idea is they were one of my first contact experiences. And in all of our first contact experiences, we always choose out of an incarnational experience in the society, so we will have something to draw upon so that we understand the society more deeply. Otherwise, we'd be too alien to each other. So having an incarnational experience in their society gave me some understanding of the basics of their society, but I've also been there as myself, yes.
Okay.
Does that help?
Yes. One more question.
Yes.
Do you have the ability to scan me?
I'm always scanning.
Okay. Can you tell me how many negative beliefs I have?
Talk about opening yourself up. 5,487 and a half. Now, do you believe me?
That's less than I thought I had, so thank you.
Then I guess you must be doing pretty good.
I guess I'm doing pretty good, yeah.
Do you believe me?
No.
Thank you. Then that's one less negative belief.
All right. Thank you very much, Bashar.
Thank you.
What's up, my friend?
Andrew, you good day.
I have been experiencing a large amount of kriyas, involuntary body movements.
Yes.
From my understanding, Kundalini Sati.
Yes. Well, as you expand your consciousness, you raise your frequency, you make yourself a better antenna for higher frequency energies, in a sense, to pass through. You become a conduit for that. But it's even more important, the more sensitive you become to higher frequency energies and become a better conduit for those higher energies, the more important it is to actually express those energies in physical terms through different actions that are representative of your passion, so that it gets grounded into your physical reality, so that it just passes through you and doesn't necessarily stay within you and cause all sorts of bodily movements that you don't necessarily need.
Okay, thank you. Would you suggest putting these guys? Anything to do? Anything to do other than follow my excitement with this shit that's flowing through me?
So you're asking me if there's anything outside the instruction manual we've already given you, and told you there was nothing outside the instruction manual.
Okay, cool.
Does that help?
Yeah.
All right.
Part of it is, as I understand, Kundalini Sati, dissolving my ego, returning to oneness.
Well, no, you can't return to oneness and have any experience. And it's not dissolving the ego, it's allowing the ego to become transparent enough to simply do the job it was designed to do and not take on any other tasks that it's not designed to handle. The ego is simply designed to focus you to have an experience of physical reality. It's part of the idea of the manifestation space we described at the beginning of this transmission. It's the part that tells you, this is real, this is real, this is real, this is real. Have an experience, have an experience, have an experience, have an experience. Oh, look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that. That's all the ego is for. But when the ego is taught to believe that it has to control everything, handle everything, then it becomes the negative ego. Then it tries to take control. Then it tries to tell you what it thinks you need to do. That's not what the ego is designed to do. So it's not about dissolving the ego. It's about making it transparent and just letting it do the job it was designed to do, so you can have a physical experience in a clear and balanced way. That's all.
At times when these negative beliefs are, when my ego becomes more transparent, these things are leaving now, and it's very painful. On the floor in the fetal position, crying. Is there a way to process this pain?
Well, yes.
More efficiently?
Well, yes. Again, you can understand that pain is resistance to the natural self. So the more you don't resist the natural self, the faster it will go through you, the faster you will experience it that way, and the sooner you will not need to experience it that way.
Okay, thank you.
But again, do the things that you need to do. Take the actions in physical reality you need to take that are reflective of your passion, so that you are funneling the energy through you in a more accelerated way.
So having a flexible plan
Yes.
My prior highest excitement before it was brought to my attention, this energy was in me. I was pursuing shamanism. I'm slated to go back to Peru in September.
All right.
I've heard it is dangerous to mix ayahuasca or other plant medicines with this active energy in my system.
It depends. Depends on your belief system. But again, you can also trust that if you are in that balanced state with yourself, and if you're acting on your passion, the organizing principle of synchronicity will show you by creating opportunities or not creating opportunities what it is you actually need and don't need to do at that moment. So in that sense, it will guide you and it will make sure that you're not necessarily doing, if you pay attention to that intuition, it will make sure you're not doing what wouldn't necessarily be to your benefit at that moment. Yes?
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Can I ask a question?
That was a question.
All right, can I ask one? Get to ask a question. Could you tell me about soul agreements? I was thinking before you talked about past lives not simultaneously or in a linear framework that I really fucked her over in a past life, and which is why she causes me so much pain now.
No. The idea is you're making connections from the present that are the connections you believe were necessary to make in order to draw upon information and experience that help you with the theme that you chose to explore in this life. So it's not from another life. You're making those connections to explore the theme you chose for this life. If you don't believe you necessarily need to make those connections anymore, you can change the connections. Please, all of you remember, the idea of the so-called past lives, not only is it really just an illusion that it happens that way, but it's also not a static thing. Many people, when they talk about the idea of, oh, well, do I have this past life or that past life, they think that never changes. It's a dynamically changing thing as you change. So one moment you may have a connection to one other simultaneous incarnation, and 5 minutes later you may be such a different person that you don't need that connection anymore, and you're making connections to other people and other simultaneous incarnations. It's a dynamically changing thing.
Cool, thank you. Last question about rectifying, like you say, life is inherently meaningless.
Not in the negative way. We simply mean it's a blank slate. You give it meaning, and that's what determines the effect you get. You are offered the free will to make those choices and have the experiences you prefer.
It feels that higher forces are guiding me towards my life's purpose being spiritual evolution. So I was just wondering what trumps what.
There is a general current, if you want to call it that, a magnetic pull toward the positive side, because you could sort of say, just as an illustration, that existence is 51% positive and 49% negative, because the balance point in the center, the neutral point, still offers you the opportunity to choose what you prefer, whereas negativity attempts, in a sense, to disguise that option. So, in a sense, if you even just dropped into the flow, relaxed into the general current of existence, you would eventually gravitate, feel the pull toward the positive side.
Okay, thank you.
Yes?
When I dissolve into oneness, can we hang out?
You do not dissolve into oneness, ever. You are always a perspective, you're always a point of view. You exist, you always exist. And the idea that you're calling dissolving into oneness is simply suddenly experiencing yourself as all that is. You don't lose your perspective is all that's left. You become everything. You don't lose yourself in everything, you are everything. That's the difference, because you can never lose your perspective, because you can never not exist in some form.
Thank you, buddy.
You're welcome.
Hello, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
Thank you. It tickles me when you say that.
Tickles us too.
My question relates to one of my passions, which is to help end the war between the sexes. And
There's a war? Why are you calling it a war if you want to help?
Okay,
You
so
get my meaning?
I think I do. So I'll just drop it.
You can recognize that there are differences, and many of which may be based on negative and fear-based beliefs, and certainly you can help with that. But calling it a war, doesn't that take it in the negative direction? Doesn't that reinforce the negativity?
Yes, I see how it does.
All right. So by all means, you can educate, you can raise consciousness, you can allow perspective to shift by creating new definitions, new ways to understand relationships. Yes?
That sounds fun and creative.
Well, yes, that's the point, isn't it?
Yeah.
How can anything, in any way, shape, or form, choose to change if you don't give it the option to change instead of reinforcing the negative idea? Yes?
Got it. I got it.
Does that help?
It's beginning to help. Yes. Thank you.
Anything else?
And yes, so the fact is, there is a rape culture on this planet.
There is a what?
Oh, nothing. Excuse me. We're all having a great time as men and women.
Now, first and foremost, when you talk about the idea of between the sexes, men and women, you do know you have more genders than that, yes?
That's true. There's a continuum, isn't it? Isn't
Kind
there?
of, yes.
Okay.
Therefore, you have a lot more to work with here. A lot more flexibility, a lot more malleability in how you describe these things, how you discuss these things, how you offer different perspective of these things, yes?
Got it. So it's limiting to think of us as
Kind
being
of.
born into just male or female bodies.
Well, yes. There may be purposes for that, but the purposes may not be what you think.
So why does it
Does this
seem,
give you a richer tapestry to work with?
It's definitely giving me a richer
Why does what
tapestry.
seem what?
So why does it still seem like there's a culture of domination?
Because it's
men
fear-based,
against
as I just told you. Remember, people who are not fear-based don't need to express domination.
Okay.
Remember that when you express the idea of attempting to dominate, that means you don't believe you actually have any power. Because if you really know you have power, what would be the point of dominating? You're already as powerful as you need to be to create whatever reality you prefer. If you have to dominate, you're saying you're powerless. I don't have any other way of creating what I prefer other than trying to control my reality and other people's reality and force them into this idea that makes me feel safe. You understand?
Yes.
Because if they haven't been given the tools to get in touch with their own self-empowerment, they're going to feel powerless, and that scares them. And therefore, they're in denial of that because it scares them to even look at it. And therefore, they have to project outwardly onto others the idea of their fear. Because please remember, again, paradoxically, people who are in denial of the fact that they have fear-based beliefs are also in denial that they're in denial. Yes?
Yeah.
That's the negative reinforcement from the negative belief, is you have to be in denial that you're in denial so that you won't look at those things. And therefore, the only avenue of escape you have is to project it outward onto others and attempt to gain what you think is control outwardly instead of understanding you already have control inwardly. So, eliminating fear-based beliefs, getting people in touch with the fact that they're already as powerful as they need to be to manifest whatever they truly need in life without having to hurt themselves or anyone else in that process, then you'll have a different world. Then you'll have a balanced world. Yes? It's all about the idea of fear-based beliefs, belief in things like lack, You understand? And beliefs in all sorts of other things that are out of alignment with your true frequency, your true nature.
So I imagine that I, like everybody else in this room here right now, wants to make a positive impact on our world and help
You
us.
want to reveal the positive impact you're already having.
Oh, wow.
You
Help
already have
us
impact
reveal.
as much as you ever will have, but the actions you take reveal the impact that's already there. That's the difference. Does that make sense?
Touches me deeply to hear.
Yes. Just be yourself, and it will reveal all the impact you're already having. You see, none of you are really aware, nor do you always need to be aware of the impact that you already have on others just by your existence. It's profound. All you need to do is take the actions that are in alignment with your passion to begin to reveal the impact you're already having. Does that help you?
It does. And what it also brings up is a question. I work in the field of sacred sexuality.
Yes.
And I work with men and women who have been raped and have had sexual violence done to them.
All right, well, how exciting for you to give them an opportunity to find a path through that experience that will benefit them and empower them.
I see. So it's not about denying their perception that there's rape out there.
No. Understand, the idea is it's not about in any way, shape, or form excusing perpetrators. It's about taking responsibility for the fact that you may have had beliefs about yourself that then were reflected by someone else to you about issues of lack of self-worth.
Wow, that's a hard pill to swallow for somebody.
That's a belief.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Now, I understand that that's not normally the way people on your planet think of these things, but it requires the idea of an accelerated consciousness to realize it's not about blame, it's not about fault, it's not about excusing a perpetrator, because it's the perpetrator's duty to get in touch with their own self-empowerment and not be attracted by someone who may be playing a victim role.
Got it.
Because remember, both the perpetrator and what you call the victim are victims, because it takes a victim to make a victim. So a chain has been created where abuse creates abusive people. Yes?
Yes.
So it's about breaking the chain and having the compassion to understand, again, not excusing a perpetrator, but seeing deep within to understand that they are in a great deal of pain. That's why they're lashing out at other people, why they're attempting to dominate and control. And it is having the compassion not only for yourself, to remove yourself from victimhood and victimization by claiming your own responsibility for your own reality, at least to the point where you may recognize there are positive ways to realize how to transform that experience for yourself, and maybe even transform it in a way that you can reach out to those that perpetrated it and help them transform too, thus breaking the chain.
Thank you.
So in a sense, those that may appear to be victims at first can actually be the most powerful agents of change for those who function as perpetrators. You follow?
Yes. I am really locked in this perception that gender is dual, that there's men and women, and I hear you saying there's more than those two genders.
Well, there is, and we understand that that seems to be the dominant way it's expressed on your planet, and that's fine in general as an overall illustration.
Okay.
But it doesn't take in the finer points of the spectrum that exists. And of course, you have to understand there are, on other planets, many other expressions of the idea of gender that are completely unlike what you experience. Therefore, you have to know that your spirit contains the probability of all of those expressions, even though it may only seem to be expressing it in a few limited ways.
Fantastic. So I'm imagining if I'm working with a couple, say, well, any couple, that
Yes.
it's not so much a matter of them inhabiting male or female bodies. It's more like they're these two puzzle pieces.
In a sense, but I
And-
would start first by exploring with them as deeply as you can what they actually believe to be true about themselves in terms of general gender energy.
Oh,
Because even though someone may look female and look male to your eyes, they may actually be expressing within themselves a multitude of different ways of expressing gender energy if they're willing to be honest about the different ways in which they experience themselves when that subject comes up for them.
wow, that could get pretty complicated because
It can get complex. It doesn't have to be complicated.
because there seems to be a lot of confusions about what is masculine and what is feminine.
Exactly, but the idea of the confusion can lead to a greater understanding that the terms may actually be able to be dissolved in ways you haven't imagined before, or maybe expanded in ways you haven't imagined before. What does it really mean on your planet to be male? What does it really mean on your planet to be female? In fact, what does it really mean on your planet to be human at all? Because most of you aren't yet. You're becoming more human, but you're actually not human yet.
You just kind of dissed us all, didn't you, right now? In a playful way.
You need to understand how labels limit you.
Okay.
Be an explorer and understand that the space that you're exploring is far vaster than you think. Drop the boundaries for now and see what comes up. That will allow people to operate much more flexibly within themselves when it's all right in their minds for them to express gender in a variety of different ways, and even what it means to be a gender. There are civilizations where there is no gender at all. Let me describe one to you.
Okay.
We are aware of a life form on a planet that sort of builds itself. All the components look the same. You could loosely describe every single one of the components, the living components, as being kind of like a large, thin worm or snake-like organism. Now, it doesn't exactly look like a worm or a snake, but that's the general shape of it. In certain conditions, they actually come together and attach to each other in ways that builds a mobile creature. But they all, in a sense, are genderless. And yet, when they come together in certain ways, then they become a kind of gender temporarily to do what they need to do to reproduce, but it's still not reproduction in the way you understand it. And if they choose to break apart, they are again genderless. Do you follow? So they literally build the genders as they need them, but even the genders they build as they need them, like a set of building blocks, aren't even genders as you understand them.
So what's the purpose of taking on a gender in that culture?
To express a certain purpose for a certain experience. But again, those experiences may be completely foreign to the way you understand the expression of gender. All we simply mean is there may be a trait that now becomes more dominant in them, that is dominant for a particular reason temporarily, and it may have to do with the perpetuation of the species, maybe, in certain ways, but it's still nothing like gender as you understand it.
Thank you. I won't pretend to understand that all.
Oh,
but
all
I,
right.
Yeah, I
Nevertheless,
have a sense of
all we're simply attempting to say is the basic building block of your being is either genderless or contains all possible genders or expressions of that concept. And the people on your planet, now that they are awakening to different levels of their consciousness, may be made up of more than two colors. Your palette has expanded now. Yes? So really look at what the colors are that any given person, no matter what they look like, may actually be painted with. Because you may see some very subtle tones there that give richness and depth and dimension to those beings far beyond the idea of simple black and white. Yes?
It sounds more artful
It is.
of an experience of life.
And therefore more representative of the way life actually expresses itself within creation.
I'm thinking about the experience of sexual ecstasy
Yes.
between two people.
Yes.
And my understanding is that requires a polarity to be there.
Well, not a polarity in the way that you necessarily experience it on your planet. There generally does need to be a resonance difference to play off of one another, but it doesn't have to exactly be what you would think of as a polarity.
Oh, a resonance
Because a resonance difference can be used to amplify and reinforce each other in certain ways to build up to a certain point of experience. But resonance amplification doesn't exactly have to be a polarity. We can get into that in more detail at another time.
Okay, thank you so very much.
You are so very welcome.
Good day, Bashar.
And you good day.
I have a question about my childhood.
Your childhood.
Yeah.
Yes.
When I was a child, I was able to see some other entities.
Yes. This
from
is
other
quite common
dimensions.
for children who haven't yet forgotten that they can see such things.
So my question is, why did I stop? Having
Many
that kind of
times
experience?
because, again, you have chosen a theme, like many of you do, where you need to forget who you are so that you can rediscover and remember who you are from a new point of view. So quite often you will absorb belief systems that will temporarily shut those abilities down until you go through a certain theme of exploration and then come back full circle to then once again remembering who you are and regaining those abilities, but now from a new point of view, from a new personal experience. That's how you change, that's how you grow. You have to forget who you are so you can remember who you are or rediscover who you are from a different perspective.
Got it.
Does that help?
Yes.
Is that it?
I have another question.
Yes.
What
Speak
is
up.
my frequency level at this moment?
What is your frequency level right now?
Yeah.
157,000 cycles per second.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hello, Bashar.
And you good day.
I'm so excited to speak to you for
Oh,
my,
we are
my
very
first
excited
time.
to speak to you. Oh, it's our first time. What a coincidence.
Great. We're both
How
in
often does that happen?
Not often. Well, it's first impressions.
All
right?
the time, yes,
It's very
thank you.
cool. So I'm excited. Anyway, two questions ago, or people ago, she asked a question about, and you answered by saying becoming human.
Yes.
Are you talking about like Padmasambhava, becoming like a rainbow being? Is this what we're?
There have been several beings on your planet that you consider to be masters and great teachers who have expressed the idea of what it can actually mean, what it can really look like to be more fully human. Because you all have those capabilities. All the great teachers and all the great masters on your planet have had one basic message. What you see me doing, you are capable of too.
Yes.
You are all masters.
Yes. Awesome.
But the idea, therefore, is that in becoming that and in experiencing that level eventually, you become more fully what it actually means to be human.
So in other words, we keep working on our joy and our passion and keep
Yes.
and just keep working on that. And
Well, yes, and working meaning having fun.
exactly. I mean that in a positive
Yes.
way.
And you upgrade and uplift and raise your frequency and get closer and closer and closer to an alignment with your core frequency vibration and the higher mind, and then express yourself in a truly more fully human way. What it really means to be the full expression of a human.
So basically, we've got to look at our beliefs, all of those little tiny things that sometimes are very elusive.
Well, that's their nature, the negative ones. That's their
Yes.
nature. Because again, all beliefs are designed to perpetuate themselves. Positive beliefs don't have to use tricks because what they're telling you about yourself is true. The negative beliefs have to be tricky because what they're telling you about yourself is false. Therefore, they have to use tricks and smoke and mirrors and diversion and distraction and all sorts of negative ideas to get you to be convinced to maintain those negative beliefs, because if you just see through the smoke and mirrors, you know that none of what they're saying to you is true. It's just the way they're designed to perpetuate themselves.
So we have like what, 2 or 3 different core beliefs that subjects that we might each be working on in this lifetime, and then we wrap those subjects around with these other beliefs that we all have to kind of look at, and maybe in meditation or just through life experience, we get whopped upside the head and they go, oh my God, there I am doing that again.
Yes, you start seeing through the illusion. Yes.
Oh, this is awesome.
It is.
Yeah, I know. I have a belief that parking is easy in San Francisco, and friends of mine say that no, parking is very difficult. I say that's because you believe that parking is difficult.
Exactly.
You know, so your beliefs. So this all helps for manifestation. Is there any techniques or anything that you can?
There are an infinite number of techniques.
Simple ones that maybe you could.
There are an infinite number of simple techniques. The simplest technique is not needing a technique.
Oh, so just, that's awesome. So we just live our lives and we just,
you act on your highest passion every moment that you can, to the best you are able, taking it as far as you can until you can take it no further. You do that with absolutely zero insistence or assumption as to what the outcome ought to look like. Done!
Yay!
And all the tools we described, and staying in a positive state, and defining everything that way based on whatever the action is you took, that's the most basic technique we can deliver to you. It is literally a description of how reality works, literally a description of the structure of existence. It is literally an instruction manual. It is not a philosophy. It's not an opinion. It's a description of how reality works. It's an instruction manual in exactly the same way that if you wanted to learn how to operate one of your machines, you would be given an instruction manual and you'd go, let's see, flip, 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 flip. Oh, number 1, press this button. Press. Okay. Flip, flip, flip. Number 2, turn this lever. Turn the lever. Number 3, and on and on and on. It's that literal.
And then the synchronicity just starts.
That's one of the tools.
Yeah. So
it's always happening, but you're either experiencing positive synchronicity or negative synchronicity.
Oh, interesting.
But something is being reinforced based on what you believe to be most true, most probable.
So the blessing really is when we have a negative synchronicity is to go, aha, what's going on?
Aha, the machine is working great because it's reinforcing my negative beliefs. So if the machine is reinforcing my negative belief system, and since it's just a machine and reinforces whatever I feed it, why wouldn't it reinforce my positive belief system as well? Of course it would have no reason to contradict me. It's just the mechanism.
So that's our opportunity.
There you go.
Awesome. Awesome.
Does that help?
It helps a great deal. Thank you very much.
You are very welcome.
All right.
Hello, Mr. Esasani being.
Well, hello to you, Mr. Enani being.
Enani being?
Enani is our word for Earth. It means the ancestors who live on that planet.
So I understand to live to your highest excitement.
Speak up, speak up.
Speak up, speak up!
We mean just get a little closer to your microphone.
So beam me up.
The information is designed to beam you up.
Beam me up.
You have to beam yourself up.
Let's go.
Go.
Take me.
You are being invited.
Terrific. When are we leaving?
Whenever you decide it's the timing for you.
Timing's now.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
Or you would have been beamed. Let it be obvious that you're not ready for that.
I disagree.
Then you would be beamed, wouldn't you? We're not stopping you. We have done this several times with people on your planet.
Have you done it with me?
Doesn't matter. You're part of the general collective.
I thought everything matters.
It doesn't matter in the sense that you're part of the general collective who is going through a process, and right now, the kind of thing you're requesting from us is simply not the time for that.
But I can come visit.
You can come visit in many different ways, and many people do in their astral form.
Have I visited in my astral form?
Yes.
Thank
So you've laid a path for yourself, in a sense, just the way lightning does. But it's up to you to arrive at a point where the frequency of your physical self matches that vibratory, non-physical path, and then you will be in one place, and the next moment you'll be in another.
Nice. So living on this planet is very challenging. And I would be very enrolled to interact more with species from other civilizations. How can that be done?
I've given you the instruction manual.
You've given me the instruction manual.
Yes.
When did you give me the instruction manual? Just now.
A few moments ago when I talked about the idea of following your highest passion. That's the instruction manual. Did you think it would leave contact with extraterrestrial beings out when I said it contains everything that's relevant? It contains everything, but it will only happen and manifest when it's the appropriate timing for it to do so for all concerned, not just for you.
Thoth and the Emerald Tablets exist?
Yes, they do. And it's pronounced Tote.
Toth, thank you.
Tote.
And in the Bhagavad Gita, they mention different gods at war, per se. Is that
Some of it is
accurate?
an interpretation of extraterrestrial presence. Some of it is made up to represent or symbolize that. But it goes back to the idea of extraterrestrial presence on your planet, yes.
Why? Can you tell me, please, why were the pyramids made?
Well, the original pyramids were made for a variety of functions. Number one, it was made as a hall of records to demonstrate that there are changes that happen on your planet in cycles, such as precession and certain kinds of cyclic ages that create certain kinds of different conditions on your planet, so that by reading the pyramids, especially the Great Pyramid, in the proper way, you will understand the cycles and can be better prepared for them on your planet. But the Great Pyramid in particular was also designed to function in a way that when you go into the king's chamber and lie in the stone coffer, it has been designed geometrically when you go into what is called the brainwave frequency of gamma to amplify that gamma state and allow for greater opportunity and acceleration to create the experience of astral travel. That's what a lot of the ancient Egyptian priest initiates learned to do in the Great Pyramid, so that they would go and gather information while having an out-of-body experience and bring that information back to improve the knowledge of the society. That's another reason it was created.
So can we create an opportunity to have coffee together?
I don't drink coffee, but
sure. Do you drink anything?
No.
Nothing. Do you not eat or drink?
We do not eat, we do not sleep, we do not drink. We are at a point in our evolution now where we are what we call quasi-physical. We now exhibit both traits of physical beings and non-physical beings.
Nice. Well, thank you for accepting my invitation then.
Your invitation is always on the table. It's just that you have to meet us halfway. That's all.
And how do I meet you halfway?
I already told you. You have the instruction manual.
Thank you. I'm very grateful.
So are we. Good day. When we tell you all that the instruction manual is complete and leaves nothing out, please take us literally.
Hi, Bashar.
Good day to you.
I just, probably a common problem, but I have a problem with anxiety.
You have a what? A challenge?
An issue, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
What is your challenge with anxiety? It doesn't seem like you have much of a challenge with it if you have it.
Well, it's just been a lifelong thing, and it.
You mean having the anxiety is the challenge?
Yes.
You don't have a challenge with having anxiety. Obviously, you've perfected having anxiety.
Yeah, I did. I've got it down perfect. I do. I have it perfect.
So, can you give us a definition of what anxiety is? And then we can give you our definition of what anxiety is. And maybe that will help clarify the situation a little bit for you.
It's just, I know it's actually a misplaced excitement, but
What does that mean when you say misplaced?
well, I've heard you say it's excitement with judgment placed on it.
It's filtering through negative beliefs.
Yeah.
And that turns the vibration into something that you experience as anxiety instead of excitement. Yes.
Yeah.
So if you know that, then what
that's-
have you done to get in touch with the negative beliefs that you're filtering your energy through so that it comes out as anxiety instead of excitement? What are the negative beliefs you've discovered?
That's kind of a block for me. That's
a negative belief. So you've just discovered one. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You believe you have a block.
Yes.
That's not true. It's just that you believe it is. So you've just discovered a negative belief.
Okay.
You understand?
Yes.
Phew. That was easy.
Yeah.
So, because you believe you have a block, that tells you that the negative belief is getting you to buy into the idea that you have a block, so you won't look at the belief, because if you did, it would be easy to let it go.
Yeah, it's tricking me. Yeah.
Because it is easy to let it go. The negative belief knows that if you actually saw the belief for what it was, it would be easy to let it go. So one of the tricks it has to use is making it seem difficult to even see it. Therefore, you believe you have a block.
Right.
But
right.
that's the trick. You don't have a block. You have to see through that as a trick.
Okay. And one of the things that part of the anxiety is I cough. And is that also...
Well, it's one of the
kind of a
symptoms
trick.
that you will have physiologically as you embed the vibration of the anxiety within your physical system. Of course, you will have physical symptoms.
Okay.
But when you let go of the idea of the negative beliefs and no longer filter your energy through them, then the anxiety will change and the physical symptoms will change.
Okay.
Yes? So, what are you anxious about when
Well,
you have
it's,
anxiety?
Well, it's a lot of people pleasing,
A lot of people.
people pleasing type things, you know, like
And why do you need to please people?
I don't, but
Why do you? Because obviously, if you do, you
it's a
believe you
belief.
do need to do
It's
it.
a belief.
But why? What do you
That's-
think you get out of pleasing people? Because you wouldn't be doing it if you didn't think you got something out of it. So what do you think you're getting out of people pleasing?
I don't like people pleasing, but I'm doing
What do
it.
you think you're getting out of it? Or you wouldn't be doing it. It doesn't matter whether you like it or not. If you're doing it, you believe you're getting something out of it. What do you believe is the advantage to people pleasing?
Less fear,
Less fear of what?
being judged.
Being judged. Ooh, being judged. Are all the people that you're pleasing walking around wearing judges' robes and carrying gavels?
Probably.
Bang, bang, I judge you and sentence you to eternal damnation for being who you are. You worthless, pointless person.
Okay, it would be the very, very base thing, which I'm sure is common, be a self-worth issue,
Yeah.
right?
And so why are you arguing with creation about your worth? There's nothing you can do about that. You are worthy by the fact of your existence. You will never win that argument. So why are you spending time, spending energy arguing with creation about something that can never change, which is your worth?
You're right.
I
You're
know
right.
that. That's why I said it. So the question is, why are you spending time doing that? Aren't you tired of arguing?
That's exactly what I was going to. I'm tired of it. Yes.
Are you tired enough to stop?
Well, that's why I'm actually not scared to ask you, because this is terrifying for me to be up here, but to ask you.
Yes.
To actually come up here and ask you means, yeah, I'm tired.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, then stop.
Okay.
Because it's not serving you.
It's
and if
not.
you showed yourself that you were capable of coming up here and speaking about this to us, then you have proven to yourself that you can just let it go. It's exhausting.
It is. It's exhausting.
Let it go. Relax.
Yeah.
You're worth it. Take
Thank
a
you.
vacation. Take a break.
Thank you.
Yes?
Thank you.
You can take a break from this for the rest of your life.
Thank you. That's nice. Thank you.
Yes. Does this help?
A lot.
All right.
Could I ask you one more thing that
Yes.
just this is totally different.
We'll see if that's true.
I've lately child and animal abuse, it bothers me quite a bit, and I know you attract stuff when you think it, but I'm wondering, does the universe protect animals and children?
Well, and adults as
And
well.
adults.
But again, the idea is, what are you going to do about it?
I just it's hard for me to think about
What
it.
are you going to do about it?
Nothing, I guess.
Well, then,
But I don't want other beings to suffer.
and then what are you going to do about it? Nothing?
Think about it and
Will that help them stop suffering?
no,
Then what are you going to do about it if it bothers you so much?
it's hard to ignore.
But you are ignoring it by saying, I'm going to do nothing about it.
Well, there's nothing I can do.
I beg your pardon.
I mean, if
I
things,
beg your pardon.
what can I do?
Yeah, what can you do? What can you do? What can you do to help?
Send positive thoughts.
What can you physically do to help?
Well, if I was right there, I would stop it.
How?
What do you mean?
How? How would you do it? How would you stop it?
Well, I would stop somebody from hurting
Yes.
somebody else.
Then why aren't you there? Why aren't you there?
I can't be everywhere.
I didn't say you had to be everywhere, but you can be somewhere, can't you?
Yeah.
You can start with one, can't you? Are you willing to attract yourself to be where you need to be, to do something about that if you see it happening?
Once I can handle it emotionally, yeah.
Well, how long will that take?
I don't know.
Well, then, you'll do nothing until then.
But does the universe have any sort of interference to help?
You are the universe, my dear.
Okay.
And it is through you that the universe helps.
Okay.
So your decision. Be the universe that helps or be the universe that doesn't.
But I don't understand if I have to do this physically or mentally.
Yes, you have to do it physically
Okay.
because you are experiencing a physical reality. Doing it mentally isn't sufficient as an expression in physical reality.
Okay.
Yes?
Yeah. Okay.
You do other things physically. You came to this location today physically, or did you just think about it?
No, I came.
Why? Why didn't you just think about it?
Because I wanted to come.
Exactly.
Right.
So when you want to go there, you'll go.
Okay.
Yes?
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Nania.
Hello, Tadeo.
Nania,
Yes,
are you approaching your nutrition time?
you are. Yes,
Then would you all like to take a nutrition break?
yes.
All right. Then we will resume this transmission after your break. Enjoy. Say, let us continue the transmission with the continuation of your dialogues, if you wish.
Hi, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
Speaking into the mic. So it's an honor to be here. I've learned a lot from you about how to be more of my true self in the past 7 months or so, and it's been really
Thank you for
amazing.
applying the information.
Yeah. So a few questions.
Yes.
So today's topic of the manifestation space, is this real? So previously I've heard you talk about a parallax between like the mind, the heart, the solar plexus.
Yes.
That kind of makes this experience real.
Yes.
I'm wondering how the manifestation space relates to that.
Well, again, the idea is that it still has to go through a belief system in order for the personality to be able to function in having an experience that you would consider to be physical. So the manifestation space, as we said, can also be called the prime belief, the first belief. And the first belief is, this is real. So that's what sets up your ability to continue to use the parallax to reinforce the idea of the reality of the reality. Does that make sense?
So the parallax is like the kind of physical aspect of just creating that experience of, is this real, coming from that core belief.
Yes, it sort of helps continue the momentum of the idea that what you're experiencing is real. It gives it, shall we say, emotional depth. You follow me?
Yeah.
It makes it more dimensional.
Okay.
Because the idea that this is real has to be defined in a certain way. The idea of the word real has to mean a certain thing. And therefore, the parallax gives it the emotional depth that to you feels like reality.
Okay, thank you.
It makes you invested in it, in other words.
Cool.
Make sense?
Yep.
All right.
Can you explain what your experience is interfacing with the template reality, like how you access it and like a description of what your experience is like when you do that?
Our world and our experience of our reality is very different than what many people on your planet might think. Many of you might assume that we're just a bunch of aliens walking around on the surface of a planet. But in fact, for us, it's literally like moving through a waking dream. We actually experience multidimensionality all around us, all the time. We can perceive the nature and structure of existence in a variety of ways. The idea is that, therefore, our reality experience is always, shall we say, overlaid with a bunch of different kinds of expressions or symbols or energy patterns and so on and so forth that represent our ability at any given moment to switch our focus into those other expressions of reality. So it's sort of like swimming through a symbolic soup that allows us to navigate and experience solidity where we wish and dissolve it where we wish constantly as we move through our reality. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So
it's like living a waking dream.
So if I want to experience more of that, the answer is follow my highest excitement.
You have the instruction manual.
Okay.
Because again, when you raise your vibration by following the instruction manual and you're more aligned with your true frequency, then you're becoming more of a match to the frequency at which your reality is created. Therefore, in a sense, by matching that frequency, you have more efficacy at altering it consciously. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's sort of like the idea of your martial arts, where if you have somebody coming at you, the easiest way to divert their direction is to at least momentarily match their momentum so that you're not moving relative to one another. Then it's easy to move them in a different direction because you're not overcoming a force. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Is that because in a lot of your videos I've heard 200,000 kilohertz being some kind of significant number as far as the frequency that we are looking to achieve?
Well, 200 kilohertz.
200 kilohertz, sorry. Is that the frequency that you're saying reality kind of shifts at? Or?
Well, it shifts into non-physical reality completely at 333,000 cycles per second.
Okay, so what's the significance of 200 kilohertz?
You're operating in a way that experiences reality much more flexibly.
Okay.
It's starting, in a sense, to break down into the illusion, but it still has enough solidity, it still has enough of this is real in order for you to still experience it as a physical reality, but it becomes very flexible, very magical.
Okay, cool.
Very fluid.
And next question is, What is it about lucid dreaming that will help become lucid in the physical dream?
Well, when you become lucid in the dream state, you can have more understanding that physical reality is just another form of dream. And therefore, you can see it for what it is from that perspective. It's kind of like climbing up to a higher level, looking down at something and going, oh, I see how it's all laid out here. That makes more sense. Lucidity in the dream state is more natural for you, and therefore it's more representative of your natural state, and therefore you can really see that you're creating the physical reality and become more lucid in it because you can see it for what it is, an illusion.
Right. So it's like kind of like in the dream state, if you're able to become lucid in that state, then you're becoming lucid in a way that's more aligned with your true self or your higher.
Yes, I mean, that's one way. Again, following the instruction manual is another way. You don't necessarily have to do it through lucid dreaming, but that's a technique that can work for some people. It's like anything, a permission slip.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yep. Are there any specific hints or clues from my guides or higher self about that would help me take the next step on my path?
What does your path look like?
So my highest excitement is to teach what you teach to as many people as I can, whoever really I'm meant to teach it for.
To share the idea of the principle of how reality is structured with others?
Yeah.
And you will use your imagination to figure out how to do that in your own style, yes?
Yes, I'm doing that.
Okay, well then the next step would be to keep doing it, wouldn't it?
Okay. Just thought I'd ask.
Oh, all right. Just thought I'd answer.
Thank you. Here's an interesting question. So my partner and I, we are planning to have kids in the future, and we've recently started communicating with them while they're still in spirit.
Yes.
And I was wondering if you'd be able to relay any messages from either one of them.
Why don't you get the messages yourself?
We can. I just was wondering if you might have anything interesting to say, or if they would like to through you.
One moment. Are you attracted to or planning any part of your path to intersect what you would call a tropical climate?
Yes.
Then the children are saying, oh, goody.
All right. Awesome. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Let's see here. All right. One question from actually my partner. After following our highest excitement, so we're all learning how to step into our ability to do that more.
Yes.
What's after that for us to learn as humans?
As humans?
Or as...
Well, you will let go of all of the negative beliefs that don't serve you, and then you will start letting go of anything else that's not relevant for you. You will start streamlining yourself further and further and further. And again, as we have said, basically, you will start exemplifying the traits that will be representative of Earth becoming what we call the sixth hybrid race. Mm-hmm. You will start living more like we do.
Thank you. And last question is...
Another last question?
Oh, sorry. If I want to, or if anyone...
you what? Want?
If I choose to interact with you more directly myself, I guess I can just do that.
Understand again that we are being used by all of you as a template and a mask to have communication with your own higher selves. So even though you might be walking down the street and going, what would Bashar say? And it opens up a dialogue, most likely you're going to be talking to your higher self, but using us as a flavor to make it seem like you're talking to someone else, if that makes it easier for your belief system.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Hi, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
How are you?
Perfect, and you?
Beautiful.
Thank you.
My questions are, there's so many things to ask. But recently I find myself participating in a lot of festival culture and building art and building temporary zones for people to come together.
All right. How exciting.
And express themselves and spread consciousness. And there's a lot of medicines that are being used at these events. And I know that these are shortcuts to experience ways that we used to connect or talk and be.
Yes.
And I've had a lot of these telepathic type experiences happening.
Yes.
And then they kind of disappear and go away. And it's like I lose that frequency.
Well, they don't disappear and go away. They shift their frequency to a level where you then get to apply physically what you've learned by having the experience in that way.
Yeah.
They're not going to stay on the same frequency level because that would make no sense because you need to do other things with it.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. On the topic of multiple timelines.
Yes.
And feeling as if lately in March there was an eclipse and it felt like things opened up in such a way where past issues had come back up and allowed me to readdress them.
Yes.
And then it feels like there's a significance around what's happening with the eclipse in August.
Well, yes, the symbol in general, the mass consensus symbol of an eclipse, it means it's an opportunity to look inward, to face the darkness, to face your fears, to face the negative belief systems, and then deal with them so that once again the light within you may shine forth.
Mm-hmm. Is there, so there is a big significance about what is coming up here in August?
It's an opportunity like any other. Again, as we just said, use it however your imagination desires to use it. But it's all about looking within. It's all about revealing things to yourself that you may not necessarily want to look at in the light of day, but are willing to look at in the darkness. Because by being a combination of day and night, an eclipse gives you a balancing act. There is still the light, but it is momentarily eclipsed to give you an opportunity to look at what's going on within you, within your belief system. And then by clearing that out, allowing the eclipse to pass and bring back the light. That's what we said.
Okay. Makes sense. Beautiful. And what is your take on the practice of Vipassana? I'm just curious.
Define.
A 10-day meditation type practice in silence.
Are you describing yet another permission slip?
I mean, yeah, I guess.
You guess?
Yeah.
Would you like us to be more definitive about what permission slips are?
Please.
Are you paying attention?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Are you really sure?
Uh-huh.
All right. Repeat after me, if you would. All tools.
Tools.
All techniques.
All techniques.
All rituals.
All rituals.
All objects.
All objects.
Are permission slips.
Are permission slips.
Use them how you will.
Okay. Beautiful. Thank you.
Simple, yes?
Yes.
Simple. All right, thank you.
Good day to you.
And good day to you.
Thank you. I live the formula moment by moment.
Speak up, speak up.
I thank you so much for your teaching. I apply the formula in every moment.
Then we thank you for applying it.
Thank you. All of my questions are answered as I unearth or as beliefs come up to be resolved.
Of course.
Clear the way and more information comes through.
Yes, of course.
So in essence, at the moment, I don't actually have a particular question for you, but...
That's fine. You don't need to have a question to engage with us. You can make a statement or say nothing at all. It's up to you.
Thank you. Where things are for me at the moment, as the belief systems come up, again, looking at it from a positive perspective, it's exciting to see more belief systems that I can resolve, let go of, et cetera, and so on.
That is exciting.
Me. Very exciting. What I've come to is something underneath that which doesn't behave in the same way as the belief systems. The belief systems, I could see them as a shape. They would either burn or dissolve, disintegrate.
How does the other thing behave?
The other thing is, I'm there right now. It feels more resistant. It feels like a sense of a shroud.
Then you're just dealing with a core belief.
Okay.
A fundamental, foundational belief on which all the others are resting.
Okay.
So keep digging.
And what came to me as I sat with it, and it really didn't shift, was this sense of that it was or they were instincts. And are instincts just collections of beliefs?
Well, you may be connecting with the body consciousness. The body consciousness will process the concept of belief systems in some ways as instinct, because it has to function in an automatic way for you to have a physical experience. So you might be connecting into that level of the body consciousness, the interpretation or filtering of the body consciousness of belief systems in a way that allows it to operate in an automatic, instinctive way.
Yes.
Because the body consciousness then doesn't have to think about it. It can just perform.
Yes.
So you might be reaching that level of strata within the consciousness.
There is a very different quality to it.
Oh, yes.
I